Why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road?
Why?
You got stuck in the crack.
If you guys have yet to read this book, 50 Watches That Changed the World, man, there's some pretty interesting watches in here, man. There's some stuff that I wouldn't even expect it, man. Like, I can't even tell you. I don't even want to give the book away. Welcome in, man. I appreciate you guys being here, man. Today we're going to be talking about this piece right here, this Pro Diver by Invicta. And is it a Pro Diver? Is it a Pro Diver? We'll determine that here as we go along. But I just want to go over a few things. You determine if it's something that you want to invest in, if you want to get, if you're an Invicta collector, is it worth your time? Is it not? You know what I'm saying? So I actually got a comment about this watch earlier, man, and I want to go over that as well. So let's dig into this piece. Okay, for the sake of this video, we're going to be calling this thing the Diver, or I don't know, maybe European Diver or Australian Diver. I don't know. You guys determine. So let's jump off into the first thing. Is I'm gonna go straight into that right there. Swiss made automatic. And what do we know about Invicta is Swiss made, right? For years, it has been Swiss movement at the bottom. It's always down there at the 6 o'clock. But this particular watch says Swiss made, and it actually has the Swiss made cross, right? You guys saw the thumbnail. That's what it is. And this thing is powered by the Ronda R150, as you can see. Now, I'm calling it the Diver for now because, of course, it has the bezel, the regular bezel, as like their Pro Divers, right? And what Invicta did some time ago, some years ago, is you see the cushion case? So that right there, that design is actually new to me. Now, I know people that's been collecting Invicta like since the early 2000s. I've seen a number of Invicta's different styles, and this case has actually been similar to other ones. No, this is the Australian Diver. I'm tripping. And you see it has the helium escape valve, and you see like you got the little fish in there, but you see the cushion. So there's similarities, and of course this one is a chronograph, but there's similarities to it. Bezel's a little different, you know what I'm saying? Like the finishing on the bezel's different, the actual shape is different. Now this one has octagonal shapes on it, man. You see all the different sizes it has. And this was something that was pointed out by one of my commenters, as you can see right there, that not only do you have a raised bezel, but you have a raised crystal, which adds to the overall length of this, or the height of this watch. That may go well with some people. Some people don't want a really tall watch. Now, the pro for me is Invicta collectors for a long time have been asking for a Swiss made piece, because you have a lot of micro brands, you got a lot of brands like Tissot that are doing Swiss made timepieces at a price that, you know, that's palatable. You can actually obtain the thing, right? But let's flip on the back. I will say Invicta did some fan service, because that right there, that you see the rotor, the Invicta, that is old school Invicta. So when Invicta was doing Swiss made back in the day, that's what their rotors look like. And anybody that owns that, they'd be like, okay, yes, I know that. If you're new to Invicta, this is some old school stuff, man. That's retro. And you know, one thing I just noticed is you got that screw down case back on there. That is sapphire. Of course, I got my fingerprints all over this watch. But the case back, the shape actually matches the actual bezel, which I think is pretty dope. Next is the finishing is rough on here, which again, I have no problems with it. And of course, I like that red indicator letting you know you're at the 12 o'clock, 120 click. It's ease of use. It's not a lot of play. It's actually Yeah, I'm not getting any play on this. Pretty grippy. There we go. And you have that knurling on the crown, which I think is pretty nice. It doesn't match anything else on here, but I think, you know what I'm saying, that's Invicta though. It gives you a very robust, and then you have a high polished bracelet. Now, one of the complaints is jangly. It's almost like you have an actual bracelet on, a gold bracelet on, or whatever the case is. So it does have the jingle jangle, friction clasp, and you have that, you know, that safety. If you don't have nails, ooh, you're in trouble. But then you have, like, look at your micro adjust. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of micro adjust. And of course, you see that right there. Yes, it's going to score because that's where you close down at. So you don't see it when it's closed, but you know, that's a part of having a friction clasp. That's why I like that, man. I love these right here. I love that. I'm spoiled on that now. Now, as far as the dial is concerned, you have, like, this one has like the green and the black. So what would that be? What they call that? Starbucks. Yep. So I guess that's the Starbucks color. And of course, you have the magnification. Today is the 27th, so my date is right. Now, what is the biggest gripe for this watch? Oh, and by the way, this watch is actually 46 millimeters. It comes in a 52 millimeters. So there's the one on the thumbnail. That's the 52 millimeter. This is a beefy watch. Don't get me wrong. And again, let me show you the difference. And so I'm calling this the not so European Pro Diver. And then you have another variation of the Pro Diver. Right? Looks familiar to you guys? You see that? And then you have the original Pro Diver. So you see the variations. Invicta's always been on the edge of just creating something different, their own. And even if they do homage it, they make it their own. So you have that integrated style where it tapers down. And I think overall, I think the watch is pretty nice, man. And this is one, I mean, this was actually gifted to a number of us. So there's some other variations. So this comes on a rubber strap. It comes in different colorways, or it comes with the 80/40N quartz movement. I think the watch is pretty cool. Now, it's high beat, and if you are one of those that's comparing it to ETA, which if the comment section, you have to go to the comment section on my last video. This does not compare to the 28-24. The deviation time is a lot looser than a 28-24. However, of course, you can always have that regulated if you have a jeweler. But if you're just one like, hey, I want to buy this watch, throw it on my wrist, there you go. You know, accuracy, if you're real big into accuracy, I will tell you to, you know, either get it regulated or look into some other options. But this one coming out the box could be 8 to 12 seconds per day. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be clear on the deviation time for the R150. It's actually 12 seconds plus or minus, up to 20 seconds plus or minus. And it is tested in 2 positions from the factory. Back to the video. So my overall verdict on this watch is I believe it is a nice watch to have. This one has sentimental value for me, so I'm not going to, you know, I'm not incorporating that into the watch. But I considered buying this watch before I received it, right? And I like it. The only caveat I have, or one of the caveats I have, I'm not going to say the only, it doesn't have a name. Invicta never named this watch. And there are times where when we get what, like, there's fan service being done. If Invicta said, hey, you know what, you guys asked for a Swiss made timepiece, we gave it to you. I would say there are, for the price, there are companies that are doing a lot of good things at the price point. Now, this watch had dropped to around $130. As of today, today's the 27th, I think the price point went up to about $400, right? Would I buy it at $400? Me personally, because I seen it at $130, I refuse. I wouldn't do it. Because at $400, like at $500, how I'm shopping, not for you, how I'm shopping at $500, I'm looking at what I like, what I want, and what, you know what I'm saying, as far as performance, it has to have the overall package. So there's some watches at the $500 mark that'll put this to shame. I'm just telling what it is. Now, it is a sapphire sandwich. You know, sapphire on top, sapphire on the bottom. That may not mean nothing to you. Because you're like, I don't care. I want the performance. I like the performance of a watch. Overall, that's just me personally. But this means a lot because this was given as a gift from somebody. And, but I was still going to, I had this in the cart to buy at the $130 mark, which I think is well worth it. If you get it, I will even pay $250 for this because it's a Swiss made movement. Swiss made R150. It may not compare to the ETA. It may be off, you know what I'm saying? But it's still Swiss movement. It's still a nice watch to have. It still got that beautiful sweeping motion, which I like. Ah, look at that. That is so satisfying. Love the colorway. I love the fact that they put the Swiss block on there. It's like Invicta was putting emphasis like, it's Swiss made. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see what they come out with. If they do a part 2 to this watch, I would like to see what they do. Honestly, you guys let me know. What do you think about this watch? Is this a go or you'll pass on it? I already know you people that don't like Invicta because I'm not real. I'm a figment of your imagination.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound.